Hi, I'm Rob Lehner with Inspire Realty Partners.
And I'm Glenn Marino, branch manager of Success Mortgage Partners in beautiful downtown Naperville, and we're here with your tip of the week.
You know, isn't it the case that you buy a house and you find out there's a bunch of things you want to do to the house, but you don't have the money because you just took out a mortgage and you have a new payment and there's no money to do the things you would love to do with your new house? Well, Glenn has very exciting news today on how we can get you some money to do those little projects that you want to do if you live in a certain area. So I'll let...
Correct. And we're talking about a program that's an incentive for first-time home buyers for homes that are bought in the city of Aurora. So let's just take a look at what the city of Aurora combined with the state, the state of Illinois, has to help you buy a home, and then let's take a look at what the city of Aurora has to help you once you've purchased the home post-closing and has some additional incentives. So let's just take a look at some numbers and see if we can't make some sense of this. If you were a renter, you would most likely be paying a first month's rent of about, say, $1,500. You would also then be subject to a security deposit of, say, another $1,500 or $3,000 in total.
Correct.
Okay? You could also then look at, as an option, possibly buying a $200,000 home. And the state of Illinois, let's first start at the state level, the state of Illinois has a $5,000 home down payment assistance program.
Which we talked about earlier this year.
We did. And so we're going to show that in conjunction with what the city has. So if we took that same $200,000 home, we did what's called an FHA loan on it. They'd have to put down 3.5% as their minimum down payment. 3.5% on $200,000 is $7,000.
Right. Minus
the $5,000 in the state down payment assistance program leaves the customer, the home buyer, with $2,000 that they have to come up with their own money.
Correct.
Now, let's go from the state level, let's go to the city level. The city of Aurora says that if you also qualify, and qualifying means that you have at least a 640 credit score or better, and if you're a family of two, you got to make $88,000. If you're a family of three or more, you got to make $105,000 or less. So it's $88,000 or less. If it's a family of two or less, it's $105,000. If it's a family of three or more. So once you make the income levels and you make the credit score level, you then would also get an additional $2,000 from the city of Aurora, also for down payment assistance or for closing costs. So when you look at this, you say, oh my God, there was only $2,000 remaining, but I got another $2,000 from the city. Am I really buying this house for $0? And the answer is no. You still have to have a minimum amount of your own money in the transaction. The minimum is $1,000, but it's 1% of the purchase price with a minimum of $1,000. So on that $200,000 home, 1% is $2,000. You'd still have to put $2,000 of your own funds into it. That doesn't mean you can't use the $2,000 from the city of Aurora for your closing costs.
Oh, so there's a difference.
Absolutely. So you can use the $5,000 to help you with your down payment. You can use the $2,000 toward your closing costs. So let's say now, as a renter, you can pay $3,000 and have no appreciating asset. You don't own the home, you're just renting it. Or you can spend $2,000, have bought the $200,000 home, and it's yours and it's an appreciating asset. Now, it only gets better. Post-closing, if you were to buy a home in Aurora and the home was vacant, Aurora is trying to enhance property values, trying to promote home ownership within the city of Aurora. If the home was vacant, a bank foreclosure, let's say, the bank owns the property is vacant, the people have already moved out. If you buy one of those properties, you then post-closing will get $20,000 from the city of Aurora as a forgivable grant. Forgivable over 5 years. Ratably over 5 years, you in essence are forgiven the funds. So you immediately can look at, I want countertops changed, I want new carpeting, I want new appliances, I want hardwood floors. You can have up to $20,000 in a forgivable grant which gives you $20,000 of increased equity in your home. And if for some reason you need to leave before the 5 years, because again, you got to stay there for
Right.
5 years. But if you say you only live there 3 years, okay, so then you would owe 2/5, 2 of the years would have to be paid back. 2/5 of that 20,000 would be paid back upon the sale of the home. But if you live there all 5 years, it's all forgiven.
Well, and what you've done by putting that $20,000 in, you've already increased the value of the house. So to come up with those funds to pay that back won't be that difficult, because when you sell the house, or if you have to sell the house, it's going to be there.
So first thing you need to do to take advantage of this great incentive program for homes bought in the city of Aurora is to get yourself pre-approved. So you contact me, Glenn Marino, at Success Mortgage Partners at 630-983-3604. And if you're looking for a realtor who knows Aurora, who's already identified some vacant properties or just properties that would qualify for this program, you contact?
That would be me, Rob Lehner with Inspired Realty Partners. My phone number is 773-387-2358.
And we'll be back next week with your Tip of the Week. Have a great day.